Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This review is for the movie called Dark Waters. This is a 2019 film. It is rated PG 13. It runs a little over 2 hours, and it stars Mark Ruffalo, Anne Hathaway, Tim Robbins, Bill Pullman, among others. I think that's all of the really popular actors that we know. And the summarization is a corporate defense attorney takes on an environmental lawsuit against a chemical company that exposes a lengthy history of pollution. This is Dark Waters. Well, this kind of movie I don't usually care for. I did not see it in theaters. I heard some people really liked it, but other than that, I haven't touched it, haven't thought about it, and I was able to watch it last night, so I did. And I kind of put out two movies here that are based on a true story or have that kind of feel of Dark Waters, and I actually liked and I actually bought. If you can't see them, that's fine. But the top one is On the Basis of Sex, and that's about a judge that you should know. And the bottom one is called Breakthrough, and that's a Christian movie. So of course it's in a different format, than the mainstream movies. But Breakthrough was in theaters, and a lot of people found meaning in it. And so I'm just trying to point out with these two movies that I have up here that I like movies that either keep it moving along, like On the Basis of Sex, and are like heavily interesting, or Breakthrough, which kind of has a good message and makes you feel good while telling a story. So there's different methods to these true story movies, and Dark Waters I didn't seem to care for. It's more of a documentary, if you ask me. If you really want to find out about this movie, you really want to watch it. It's going to be more of an informational 2 hours, more than an entertaining 2 hours. And I think that's the biggest problem with me for this movie was I appreciated everybody in this movie, but I don't think they did much. I think they just kind of said their lines, and the director and producer of this movie probably thought, "Oh wow, we're gonna have a huge hit on our hands." Well, you got to do a little bit more than that. You got to be able to make it interesting. You got to make the crowd kind of go along the journey with you while keeping things moving and entertaining a little bit. You can't just tell the story because it doesn't matter how miraculous of a story you have. You still need to kind of make things you know, it's a 2 hour movie. You've got to make it a little bit entertaining, somewhat. So in those regards, this is a amazing story, and I can advise to watch it if you are interested in the subject material of corruption and deviousness for money. It's amazing story to be told, and obviously has a huge effect on our country and our world today. And it does open your mind to some things, and some people might end up changing their lifestyle because of a movie like this. So it has a huge effect, but it just kind of has that feeling of being dragging along. And it's one of those movies that says, oh, 2 years later, oh, a year later, oh, 6 years later, and they're still talking about the same thing. People had the same interactions and the same reactions to what each other are saying, like it was 6 days ago instead of 6 years ago, and it just doesn't seem to work. So I didn't like the strategy that they had. Bill Pullman is a good actor. I've always liked him, but he didn't have much to do in here. They didn't really introduce who he was or his credibility. Just that, he was going to take on the case once it got big enough, and that was really awkward. Obviously, Mark is the main actor in here, and Ruffalo, and I don't know. I feel sorry for him because this goes on for so long, and he gets so tired and so distraught over this whole situation that literally he ends up being like a couch potato. Like he can barely move by the end of the movie, and it's really sad. So, um, yeah, it's just one of those movies that I can suggest to you to be informational more than anything. I think that it is a good story and people need to find out about it, but I just wish they would be able to watch it and be informed in a different manner. So I think that's enough. I don't want to give away anything from the movie because it is a lot going on. There's a lot of stats, there's a lot of information for people to know and for people to find out themselves. I don't think this is anything you can just Google and be like, oh, okay, I know everything now. You really do need to watch the movie. And so, yeah, I'm going to give Dark Waters a C. I think it earns that grade for being mediocre but interesting. It's nothing bad, it's nothing good. It's just something that I'm glad I saw and got out of the way because I didn't want to see it in theaters. And this is the definition of a movie I don't want to see in theaters, and I'm glad I just saw. So definitely a C, definitely middle impact. So give Dark Waters a chance if you want to. Otherwise, maybe read up an article or two online about this whole situation. Try and find out some stuff that way, just so you're informed. Don't be a dumb citizen in the world and not know what's going on at all in our country, our world, or anything like that. Try and be informed and try and be educated before you just say things. And I think that's one thing that this movie teaches. So I do appreciate it for that. But got to give Dark Waters a grade of C. Thanks a lot, guys. My name's Danny. If you like this or any of my other videos, try and get some of them to watch. Like and subscribe to my channel if you would. And enjoy your movies. Thanks.